Over the past 3 months, we've seen a tidal wave of layoffs crash through the tech industry. The official line? Well, companies say they're just retooling for an AI-first future. But you have to wonder, is that the whole story? Let's get into it. This right here, this is the human cost behind all those headlines. These are the words of a husband whose wife, a software engineer at Oracle, was just gone. This one sentence perfectly captures the brutal, cold efficiency of this new corporate playbook. To really get the scale of what's happening, we have to start with the individual stories. Because for tens of thousands of people, this whole massive industry shift started with a cold, impersonal email that just showed up in their inbox at the crack of dawn. I mean, can you imagine waking up to this? For thousands of Oracle employees, their careers didn't end with a conversation or even a phone call. Nope. It ended with a notification just like this one, basically a digital pink slip from Oracle leadership saying your contributions are over, effective immediately. And behind one of those emails was a software engineer who was 30 weeks pregnant with her second child. She'd interned at Oracle twice and had been working there for 4 years building their products. She just woke up one morning and boom, locked out of everything. As her husband later wrote, she deserved a lot better than a DocuSign. And look, this isn't just one person's story. It's not even about one company. This single, painful experience is part of a much bigger global trend, a kind of pink slip pandemic that is completely reshaping the entire tech workforce. Get this, in just the last 90 days, the big players, we're talking Oracle, Meta, Amazon, and Block, have collectively cut nearly 80,000 jobs. That is a staggering number that signals a massive, coordinated change is underway. And if we zoom in a little bit, Oracle alone is responsible for 30,000 of those cuts, globally. They are aggressively trimming their workforce, all in the name of, well, cutting costs. And the impact is really concentrated. Of those 30,000 global layoffs at Oracle, an incredible 12,000 of them were in India alone. This hit development centers hard, affecting roles across cloud infrastructure and, ironically, AI itself. So why? Why is this all happening on such a massive scale? Well, the official story, the one you'll hear from the CEOs and in all the press releases, is that this is all just part of a grand strategic transformation, a pivot to what they're calling the AI-enabled organization. These companies claim that these really painful cuts are absolutely necessary to free up billions of dollars, and that money, or so they say, is being funneled directly into building the future, these massive, powerful AI data centers that they need to compete in this new tech arms race. Now, this isn't just about plugging in a cool new tool. The vision is way bigger. It's to become what McKinsey calls an agentic enterprise. That means completely rewiring the company so that AI agents aren't just little assistants, but actual collaborators, embedded in every single workflow to drive a whole new level of productivity. But here's the disconnect. While pretty much everyone, 88% of organizations, are playing around with AI, a massive 81% admit they haven't seen any real financial impact from it yet. There's this huge gap between all the AI hype and the reality on the ground. Still, the pressure to adapt is just immense. As Bettina Dejcicka from Allianz puts it, the pace of change is absolutely staggering. The skills that matter to you today could literally be obsolete tomorrow, and that's forcing companies to make these radical changes to their workforce, and to do it fast. So this all brings us to a really critical question. Is this urgent pivot to AI the real reason for all these mass layoffs? Or could it be something else? A convenient excuse for a totally different kind of corporate cleanup? This is what some people are calling the AI washing theory. All right, so here's the crucial point. Oracle's official reason for the cuts is to fund AI. But the spicy truth, the company is sitting on a staggering $108 billion in corporate debt. They might not just be cutting to innovate. They might be cutting because they have a serious cash crisis. And you can see a powerful incentive right here. Wall Street loves layoffs. When Jack Dorsey's company Block fired 40% of its people, the market rewarded them with a 22% stock rally. Firing people, no matter the reason you give, often just makes the balance sheet look a whole lot better to investors. And in what might be the coldest move of all, some companies are literally making employees train their own replacements. There were reports from Amazon that workers were asked to attend knowledge transfer sessions to document their processes. only to figure out that those recordings were being used to build the very AI agents that would make their jobs redundant. So, with all of this going on, what does it actually mean for you and for the future of your career? Well, the narrative is slowly shifting from AI as a job killer to AI as a job transformer. The most important thing is figuring out what your new role is in this whole ecosystem. See, the future of work probably isn't humans or machines. It's going to be humans and machines. The winning model will be a hybrid collaboration where people and AI agents work together, with each side playing to its own strengths. The real goal is to augment human abilities, not just automate them away. So, how do you survive and maybe even thrive in all this? Well, first, you've got to develop AI fluency. Get really comfortable using these new tools. Second, double down on the skills that are uniquely human, things like creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence. And third, you have to embrace reskilling. The good news is that over half of leaders say they're choosing to redeploy talent, not just get rid of it. As Lorena Della Giovanna from Hitachi points out so well, this entire transition is fundamentally about people. Success isn't just about having the coolest tech, it's about leadership, it's about building trust, and it's about investing in human skills to work alongside the technology. Which really leaves us all with a defining question for every professional today. As this massive shift continues, you have to decide, is AI going to be your tool, helping you do more than you ever thought possible? Will it be your teammate, collaborating with you on new challenges? Or will it be your replacement? The choice, at least for now, is still yours.